Is Friday the 13th or Black Friday just a superstition? Or does this day actually have some special significance? If you think Friday the 13th is just a Western superstition, then wipe all thoughts of it from your mind immediately. If you believe knowing about Friday the 13th only adds unnecessary tension, then stop watching now. But if you are genuinely curious about this day, then keep watching to learn all the details about it. At any moment in life, an accident can happen. But blaming this day for any mishap that occurs on it is simply attributing the fault to the day itself. Now, let's find out what people think about this day. According to the Gregorian calendar, if any Friday falls on the 13th of a month, it is called Friday the 13th or Black Friday. It is said that since the Middle Ages, this day has been considered unlucky by many. As an example, it is said that the day Jesus Christ was crucified was a Friday, and at the Last Supper, there were 13 people present, one of whom was Jesus' betrayer, Judas. Since then, the number 13 has been considered unlucky. It is also mentioned in the Bible that on Friday the 13th, Eve gave Adam the forbidden fruit, which led to their forbidden knowledge. For this reason, many people associate Friday the 13th with misfortune and consider it an unlucky day. On Friday, October 13th, 1307, this day became historically significant because King Philip IV of France, under the orders of the Pope, began a massive crackdown on the Knights Templar. On this day, many Templar leaders were arrested, false charges were brought against them, and they were forced to confess through torture. Many Templars were sentenced to death, and all their assets were confiscated. You'll find many such events in history. Since every piece of information is collected, I won't increase the list further. However, many scholars have a completely different take on Friday the 13th or Black Friday. Some believe that before the 19th century, no written records about Friday the 13th or Black Friday can be found. On the other hand, some believe that this is just paraskeviticatriophobia. Oh my God! What a big name. It simply means a phobia. You see, it's just a fear. Dan Brown's 2003 novel The Da Vinci Code and John J. Robinson's 1989 book Born in Blood, The Lost Secrets of Freemasonry, both attempt to connect the superstitions surrounding the Knights Templar and Friday the 13th. Additionally, historical novel series like Morris Dancer's The Accursed Kings also try to merge the superstitions surrounding the Knights Templar and this particular day. Although many experts believe that these conjectures are modern discoveries, others think that the superstition of Friday the 13th became ingrained in people's minds due to a popular novel by Thomas Davidson in 1307. In the book, a dishonest broker uses this superstition to create panic. In fact, 8% of Americans are fearful of this day. So, does this day have any benefits? Absolutely. Let's see. According to a 1993 journal published in the British Medical Journal, there are more incidents like road accidents on Fridays the 13th compared to other days. On the other hand, a 2008 report from the Dark Center for Insurance Statistics stated that on this day in the Netherlands, the number of accidents, thefts, and fires decreases compared to other days. Because of the belief that this day is unlucky, many people avoid leaving their homes on this day and are extra cautious. They drive very carefully as well. People have various opinions about this. Some believe that the number 12 symbolizes completeness. Just think about it. 12 months in a year, 12 hours in a day, 12 gods on Olympus, 12 tribes of Israel, 12 disciples of Jesus, 12 zodiac signs, 12-year Buddhist cycle. These examples highlight the significance and completeness of the number 12. On the other hand, the number 13 is considered the opposite of completeness. We prefer not to delve too deeply into the number 13 because it is associated with bad luck and misfortune. Is this really an ancient superstition? Interestingly, in Italy, the number 13 is seen as lucky. while Friday the 17th is considered unlucky. The Greeks believe that Tuesday the 13th is an unlucky day. The reason for this is that Tuesday is historically associated with Ares, the god of war and destruction. So, there's nothing to fear. In many religions and countries, 13 is an important number. Mathematically, 13 is a prime number and a happy number. In China and Korea, the number 7 is considered unlucky. To give you some comfort, here's what Taylor Swift said in her MTV interview on Friday, February 13th. I was born on Friday the 13th. I turned 13 on Friday the 13th. My first album went solo in 13 weeks. My first #1 song had a 13-second intro.
My lucky number is 13. Every time I see 13, it's a good thing.
Put it on the door, put a 13 on his drum head.
13 has been my lucky number for a while.
What should you do, and what should you avoid? Friday the 13th is often referred to as the most widespread superstition. As a result, this day is generally considered inauspicious for starting any new business. Many people cancel trips on this day. Some prohibitions are quite unusual, such as avoiding umbrellas inside the house on this day. It's advised to steer clear of big surprises and to refrain from making promises under the moon. If you're going out to eat with friends, that's great. But it's suggested to keep the number of people to less than 13 on this day. Some people also say to cover mirrors on this day, and others believe you shouldn't mention any common names of fish. When going to bed, it's recommended to sleep on the same side you woke up on, as waking up facing the wall is considered bad luck. There are many such beliefs held by different people. Friday the 13th is just a phobia. No matter what you think, the advice is the same. Don't dwell too much on this day. Your willpower, your mental strength, and your beliefs are much more powerful.